Hey pals, it's Dreamer here to talk to you about the Tough Break TF2 update that came out on the 17th and some of the changes that were made to Medic with that update. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Medic self-regen health buff that was added to the game. When you're healing a healthy patient, your base health points regen is 3 per second after taking damage. However, if your patient is hurt, that doubles to 6 health a second, which can be really nice. However, the amount that your patient is hurt is irrelevant to how much regen you have. It will always be a base of 6 health points a second. The next thing I want to talk about is building Uber with the Amputator. When you have one patient who has no crit heals, you gain 2% Uber after one taunt. When you have one patient who has crit heals, you gain 4% Uber on taunt. Two patients with no crit heals will gain 4% too, 2% each. And if you continue to wait for crit heals here, two patients with crit heals will net you 8%, meaning that this can stack. I was curious to see if the Amputator regen and healing a patient regen would stack. Your base Amputator regen is 4 health a second. Taunting does not change whether or not you get additional health from the Amputator passive. Taunt healing a patient doesn't increase your self-regen either, although using a medigun does. What I was most interested in was seeing how much Uber shooting a crossbow at a teammate would build. So, at the minimum distance, which is about plus 75 health, you gain 4% Uber. At the maximum distance, which is 150 health gain back, you get 10% Uber. Now, what the crossbow shows is not necessarily what it heals. From the longest distance, it'll say 150, even if that person is not truly being healed for 150. It counts what's truly healed. In addition, I was curious to see if the weapon switch change affected how well the crossbow could be used to build Uber. I slowed it down to half speed so that I could compare the difference between healing for 8% and using the crossbow. Okay, it's math time. If 75% health gets you 4% Uber approximately, and 150 gets you about 10, then if you do the math, it's about 12.5 health per 1%. So that's pretty cool if you're like me and just like to spam crossbows.